It's indeed my pleasure to welcome a very, very, very special guest on the RK show. The reason why I say he's extra special because he's a man of many dimensions. Obviously, you can see Mr. Suniel Shetty on screen. Anna, thank you so much, to be honest, for giving me company. Before I come to you, I've got to tell this to the audience who's tuned in. He's a huge cricket fanatic, and I've always wanted to speak to him about cricket. I just sent him a text requesting him to be a part of my show, and immediately Anna said, call me anytime, RK. So that shows the quality of the man that is Mr. Sunil Shetty. Lovely, great to have you with me on this show.
Thank you, RK. Thank you so
Anna,
much.
when you look at yourself, we've been looking at you as a fantastic actor who has done different genres. We know you as a philanthropist. We know you as a businessman. We know you as a lover of sport, a fitness freak, and in fact, even as a villain in Darbar, right? So how would you want to look at yourself after so many years in a professional career such as yours?
I think always as an actor, because though I didn't choose to be one, if given the choice, the only thing I probably want to do is represent the country or the state when it comes to playing cricket. That's the only thing that I ever dreamt of. But I guess God had other plans and wanted me to entertain, and so I came into this entertainment world. Played a lot of cricket in my heydays. Mumbai under 16, Guy Shield, Hera Pheri, had an opportunity to play under Ravi, with Ravi, and Shishir, Hattangadi, and a lot of the ex-Mumbai cricketers who've always been my favorites and are great friends even today. But I guess because of reasons best known to all of us, somewhere down the line, talent also, but it was also the process of selection, which was very, very difficult. Not being a Mumbaiker, in the sense, having a South background did matter a hell of a lot. Things have changed today. IPL has set the platform for talent anywhere in the country to be seen and to be there. But because I didn't get that opportunity, but I got to meet the legend Sir Vivian Richards one day, and seeing his forearms and his palms, I had asked him the question as to, sir, you're an athlete, you're a sportsman. How come you're so big and so strong? Isn't it difficult for you to move? And he says, son, so I can hit the ball harder. And we all remember that, chewing the gum, walking in. I mean, the problem is when he walked in, you were scared. Even as a bowler, I think you would be scared. Because as a viewer, I was, and by choice, he used to hit. So he got me into training. That I believe when I was 15 or 14, that I needed to be physically fit and could go to the gym. So started working very heavy on my body by doing home workouts. So when the cricket didn't work out, the body gave me an opportunity to get into the film industry because, I was a martial artist and I took up martial arts to get stronger and faster, just to play cricket. But one thing led to the other. So finally, it was the dream for cricket. A cricketer who was my dream, who one little suggestion, moved into body moved into martial arts moved into the film business. So it's crazy, but yeah, it's true.
Yeah, all-time favorite cricketer, Sir Vivian Richards then?
No, I would say the god of cricket for me was always Sunil Gavaskar. And, those kind of circumstances, those kind of wickets, those kind of bowlers, the Vanderbilt holders, Joel Garners, Andy Roberts, and playing without a helmet or just a skull cap, that also later in his life, when he was pushed to do that, takes a lot of guts. Probably a one-man army who went there, stood there and delivered. So for me, he was always someone that I worshipped, I respected, and I still do.
Yeah, I mean, you're a celebrity. I mean, you're an accomplished actor yourself. But much before you turned towards acting, much before you were a celebrity, the earliest instance that you can remember, you probably getting up to a cricketer and trying to have a conversation with him. Your first memories probably of that as a young kid.
Well, I think I had a chance to meet Sunny sir only, and that was at the CCI, and so warm, so humble, knew for a fact that when he saw me, he knew this was a fan, and he knew this was someone who's a big fan of his, because when when a fan approaches a sportsman or an actor, the entire personality, the body language changes. You're 10 times more humble. And that's how I judge my fans also today. When I see someone who's wanting to talk to me, but is shy and doesn't know how to approach, you call out to them generally. But when somebody comes with attitude and says, I want a photograph, you think twice. Then you might take the decision of yes or no, depending on how he's approached you. So I remember talking to Sunny sir, and those moments, those cricketing moments, as to what makes him tick when you see everything falling apart around him, were the questions I probably asked him, and how to go about things. And very candid, very there, and all the time in the world to give you, which is phenomenal.
Which year was it, Anna? Which year? I mean, would you give me a rough estimate as to which year it was?
Whoa, I think probably early 70s, early 70, 74, 75, and onwards. Yeah.
Yeah, that was around the time. Obviously, Mr. Gavaskar was just starting off 71, the West Indies and whatnot and stuff. It's just fantastic.
Yes.
And your earliest cricket memory? I mean, watching the game of cricket per se and going, wow, this is a fascinating game. I can watch this forever. I would love to play this for a living, probably.
I think CCI, again, the West Indies, again, Andy Roberts and his bowling. And somewhere in the East End with Dad, managed tickets and, went with Dad. And probably in pure awe of the kind of crowd that was there, the passion that there was for cricket, and the reaction that the fans gave when it came to a cricketer. Way out there, probably hundreds of meters away, but still recognizing that walk, recognizing the personality, appreciating the personality, no large screens, no nothing, probably radio commentary going along with you to hear the proceedings. But yeah, CCI, definitely CCI. Always a pleasure to get in because of the excitement, but an absolute disappointment when you get out, because getting out, getting into that bus or the cab or the train or whatever your mode of transport was tough. So you always thought of how would it be if I played out there in the center. So I always had this sense of visualizing me playing there and things like that. And it was my biggest high.
And personally, your favorite cricket memory? I mean, you started off playing cricket at a fairly serious level, of course. And if you were to look back at Suniel Shetty, the cricketer who started playing off, your favorite cricketing moment, or you're a part of the cricketing journey?
I think Guy Shield, playing for Palm Beach School, which had no cricket team, had no coach. We coached ourselves, put a team together, and played and made it to the finals,
wow.
The semi-finals or finals of the Guy Shield. After that, went on the next year also to be a part of the finals. Playing St. Mary's and Christchurch, which were very, very good. Don Bosco schools, Anjuman Islam, Islam Sheikh, Ghulam Parkar. Some of the great players in school that time. Shishir, Hattangadi, Jignesh Sandhani, Ravi Shastri. So those days, and scoring in every game I went out there, I did my 50s, 60s and took my 2-3 wickets. Never paid that kind of importance to my achievements then, because it was always the 100 that mattered. It was always the 5 wickets or 6 wickets that mattered, but didn't realize that one contributed so much to it without actually practicing or getting an opportunity to go into nets. My first net session was probably with Ashok Mankar and Tersi nets. And, now I think it is the police gymkhana, but otherwise there used to be the tertiary nets there in the morning. So go there and practice there. So great memories.
I mean, I've got to ask you this, Anna. I mean, give us a couple of lovely anecdotes from those days that did go by, from people that you spoke about. Shishir, Hattangadi, you're talking about somebody who scored mountain of runs. Ravi Shastri, who's been extremely wonderful servant of Mumbai cricket, and of course later to India, currently the coach. Give us a couple of anecdotes, a couple of lovely stories.
Oh, Shishir, I mean, I remember whenever we played St. Mary's, he was always a pain in the butt. because he never got out. He stuck to one end and just refused to get out. And you knew somewhere down the line, if you got Shishir, then you got a breakthrough. And the only focus was Shishir. And Shishir was also a personal friend, because we all stayed at Nepean Sea Road and Warden Road, and we were neighbors. And some of my friends stayed in his building. So we played cricket regularly on a Saturday, Sunday, either in my building or his. Whether it was tennis ball or hard, cork ball, we used to call it then, because of the bounce and because of the speed that it got. So we did play a lot of cricket together. But then when it came into getting into competition, Shishir Hattangadi was always that spoke, who always messed things up for you. Then there was Alan Sippy, the left-hander, who also played India. The funny part of Alan was we always played cricket with his building. Somebody was from Pedder Road, so Pedder Road played Warden Road and played him, and that's when I realized that Alan became Alan Sippy, because every time Alan played in a great game with us between two buildings, he would play the game, and if he got out, he'd say, "Okay, we lost. Let's bat again." So Alan loved to bat, and that's how he became the southpaw, the stylish southpaw that he is. And what's funny is they're still very, very close friends of mine. And so if it was Shishir there, then there was Ravi. I still remember Ravi and us coming into, probably the semifinals where they beat us. But it was a very, very tough game between Palm Beach and Ravi's school. And I think Ravi ended up with his left arm and bang on pitch, and he used to bat well even then. And he was a leader even then. Ravi had that trait in him of wanting to lead, and what you did see him through his journey, that he led his school team also brilliantly. So I remember these 2-3 cricketers vividly. Then for Bengal Lambs, remember, probably I was in the 10th grade, was paid my first 50 or 60 rupees, and played for some games there at Shivaji Park. That first earning out of cricket, suddenly believing that you become professional, fun. And as an all-rounder, probably the most exciting part of cricket for me was fielding. I used to field forward short leg, come what may, and literally grab the ball off the bat. And for me, it was Eknath Solkar or Rusi Surti, the legends whom you wanted to follow when it came to fielding, and they never dropped a catch. So exciting periods and fun, and so much to look forward to, so much excitement. And I feel that excitement even today when India plays. For me, when India plays and my country plays, it matters a hell of a lot. And that's why you would always see me, if I comment, it's always because of the change in team so quickly, not giving enough opportunities for certain kids to probably continue with a game or two more. And being dropped. So things do disturb me, because I remember my own journey and what I went through.
I mean, you having followed cricket, played cricket yourself over the years, maybe good time to move and talk about the changes that you have gotten to see over the years, over decades, as far as cricket is concerned. Happy with almost everything that you're seeing, or would you want to see something else?
No. I think I'm very, very happy. I'm very happy that IPL happened. Because yes, people talk about quality of cricket and the nature of the game. It has changed, but it has to change, And though I love my Test cricket, I really love my Test cricket, and my wife keeps wondering why. How can you watch everything through and through? I said, as far as I can, I like to, because that's where a technically brilliant bat from an otherwise good batsman, But T20 coming in of excitement, giving an opportunity for kids across the country to make convert their passion into their profession. I didn't get a chance to do that. If something like that existed, I'd probably be playing for some company, but still playing and making money. But the parents were very clear that yes, pursue that. But it cannot become a profession, because only 11 of them get that opportunity, because then it was only that 11 that played, or 15 that played, out of which 9 were from Mumbai, 4 from Karnataka, and probably 1 from the other states, because that was the kind of dominance that was there in cricket, and nobody else got the opportunity. So one didn't get that opportunity. But today I see it as an opportunity for every kid there, to make a profession out of it and make good money, instead of getting a job somewhere else and not being happy. continue doing what you're good at, what you believe you're good at, and give it your best. Yeah. And you could be playing for, even if it's not for the IPL, there's so many other leagues that are there, that are drawing crowds, getting kids to be paid.
I mean, fascinating, because you've spoken about the change that is T20 cricket, the IPL in particular, and we see you obviously on almost every other game supporting. I don't know whether supporting is the right word, but in games involving Mumbai Indians. Would you call yourself as one of the biggest supporters of Mumbai Indians?
Yeah. Absolutely. And from day one, I probably have been supporting my team, and I believe in it, in my team. I'm a Mumbaikar, even though it's not my Janmabhoomi, it is my Karmabhoomi. And very, very proud. I'm very, very proud of the cricket and the quality of cricket and the legends that came out from there. So yes, follow Mumbai cricket very, very closely. It's about that passion that started when I was a child and continued even through my journey of cinema. And some of our there are obsessive, even today on the sets. If you talk about the legendary Hera Pheri that was made, every afternoon there would be a game between Paresh, me, Priyan, Akshay and the boys. So there would be a 1-2 hour break in that Chennai studio where we would play cricket, whether it's underarm or overarm, but we had to play our cricket. So that's how passionate we are, about our sport.
You should have been bossing those games, no? Tell us a little bit about that, the cricket in Hera Pheri,
No. I think me and Akshay used to team up and try and bowl quick underarm into the body of Paresh ji, and he realized that we were, we are always fooling around, but so much fun. We used to look forward to going on the sets because it was a great film that we were shooting, and so much of cricket there happened. And I had the opportunity of also, of course, working with Ajay Jadeja when I produced my film Kale. Again, this craving and this craze for cricket and a fan, and I believe that Ajay made a great actor. I don't know why he didn't continue after that. But Ajay in the film, I got Vinod doing a film with us, Anarth with Ravi Diwan. So again, playing cricket there, and Vinod can vouch for that. And when I used to bowl underarm, he couldn't see the ball that I was bowling because I was so quick.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because I played my gully cricket. I played my gully cricket in Jamuri Maidan underarm cricket with the likes of the great Ramnath Parker.
And now you meet, say, Sachin Tendulkar. Obviously, I'm sure you have those conversations. What dominates, you asking him about cricket or him asking you about movies?
No way. It's always an actor who talks to a cricketer. Let me get this straight, and this is across the board, and any actor will tell you that when it comes to a cricketer and when it comes to Indian cricket, we will always be their fans. We will always believe that they're the ones who get the adrenaline going when it comes to the real sense. They're the one who carry that flag on their chest every time. So every time India goes to play, or whenever I see a cricketer, for me, I will always be a fan and not the other way around. I would probably not even realize if he is a fan of mine, but I will make it very clear that I am their fan. I will always go out and appreciate. If I see any young cricketer, I would never say I'm a senior or let him come up to me. I'll go and tap him on the back and say, "Hi kid, you're doing so well. You've done so well." Whether it was Virat Kohli when he was in the under-19 captain, or whether it was Unmukh Chand that came after that, probably called him up and told him what a great job they had done, or whether it's today's under-19 kids who I watched, who I followed, and I've done. Even women's cricket probably today I would watch, and the most exciting part for me was that World Cup final with 60, 70, 80,000 people in that stadium. I think that was the biggest high for me from a sports perspective. It spoke about people understanding and wanting that game to grow.
That I've got to ask you this, only for the Tamil audiences. Just tell us a little bit about Darbar. Because I remember texting you the minute I saw Darbar and said, I just love that look of yours. That villainous look, I can still, remember the look in your eyes. Just tell us a bit more about you being a villain there and that whole experience of Darbar.
See, first of all, after I did Mehuna, I had always decided that I will not play negative. I'll not play negative unless negative makes sense. If it is just to do hoo-hoo-ha and go out there and be the bad guy because he did, he's a bad guy, I would never do it. But here, I didn't even listen to the script first. It was Murgudas, it was Rajni sir. There was Santosh Shivan. It's like God's trio coming together to do something, and I wanted to be a part of it. And then I saw a sense in the script. Yes, he's a bad guy, but the loss of his son is what drives him insane.
Sure.
And that's an emotion I went with. I said, let me go with that emotion. And as an actor, let me look at it from that point of view. Why should I look at it from anybody else's point of view? And because I wanted to do it, so I had to convince myself. And I did that. And I'm glad that I ended up making friends like Murgudas sir, Santosh sir, and got an opportunity to work with the legend. I mean, he's not a legend just because he has a following. He's a legend because in the true sense, he is one. He's unaware of the fact as to what he is and where he is. The humblest man you can see in his Zen space. He looks up like a monk who's walked out of a Zen space when he comes on the sets. But the minute he wears that uniform, he's that actor. The minute he puts on that makeup, he's there. The energy level, and so warm, so considerate. I mean, you wonder sometimes when you sit with him that whether you're Rajni sir or he's Rajni sir, because the amount of respect he gives you is something that is unbelievable. And we just got along like a house on fire. So tremendous love and respect, and blessed that I got an opportunity, and blessed that I got to do a film with him. So somewhere down the line you say, you tick all your boxes. Amitabh Bachchan, tick. Rajni sir, tick. I'm in that happy space being an actor, saying yes, I worked with the legends and I've got something to show off.
Right. Okay. Let me quickly go to the rapid fire part of it. Anna, thank you so much. You've been lovely speaking for a while now. Let me just get to the next part of it. It's called Real Quick with RK. RK with RK. Real Quick with RK. So I'm just going to name a cricketer. You've got to tell me the first word that comes to your mind. All right? Okay. Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Strength. Foundation.
Virat Kohli.
Heartbeat.
Nice. Sunil Gavaskar.
God.
Jasprit Bumrah.
Ever dependable.
Sachin Tendulkar.
God's child.
See, oh, that's brilliant. That was brilliant. I wanted to separate Sunil Gavaskar from Sachin Tendulkar just to understand how you're going to respond, but just fantastic on that one. But tell me something. In that, I mean, just a while back, you were speaking about youngsters, right? Who do you think the next generation, amongst the next generation of cricketers, who are the cricketers that have impressed you the most? I mean, you just love watching somebody. You spoke about the Gavaskars of the previous generation. Sachin, of course, is a legend in his own right. Going forward, the kids that have impressed you.
KL Rahul. I think KL is probably the most complete batsman that one will see across the board. If there's somebody who's into a 360, it's KL. Brilliant. Sanju Samson takes it on hard, and that's your approach. That's got to be your approach. Every time you've seen him, that two opportunities you've got him. Good catches have got him out and not anything else. Those shots were bloody hard, and whoever dared to put their hands in the way, were lucky that it stuck. Others would have probably taken their ribs along with it. So tremendous talent. Hardik Pandya. I love that boy. I love the speed of his bat. Of course, Jasprit Bumrah, Kuldeep. I really like Kuldeep. I think Mayank Agarwal, when you talk test and when you talk balance, Mayank is brilliant. So there's a lot of talent in India. There's a hell of a lot of talent. Looking forward to a lot of the youngsters also putting their hands up. But I feel, number one, Dhoni needs a farewell like nobody before. I feel Mahendra Singh Dhoni should always be connected with the process of grooming and getting that talent for India. So if there's a Rahul Dravid on one side, there has to be a Mahendra Singh Dhoni who's also looking at the regions across and seeing what is the talent that we have. Because, Saurav Ganguly, Mahendra Singh Dhoni have that in them to pick the tigers from the rest of them. The men from the boys, I think these are the guys who can separate it. You can. There are a lot of boys out there, but then if you want to separate the men, you know that this is a man that who's going to be delivering. I think Saurav Ganguly and Mahendra Singh Dhoni have that eye, and not very many people have that. I remember Dilip Venksatkar. Dilip used to always call me and say, Sunil, there's this young kid, come and watch him play. So probably there was nobody in the stadium, and Dilip used to arrange for me to go to MCA, BCA, and I used to sit and watch all these guys, the Salil Ankolas, and then later a whole lot of the other guys who came into bowl and became what they did. Raidu, so many of them I saw, and even Varun Arwan. I remember seeing Varun. I remember seeing Varun in Ranchi, and I kept feeling he was coming down very heavy because of the kind of body. So I went up to him and I just said, kid, just out of text, but yes, be careful of your back. Oh. Be careful of that, of your shin. And the guys who were playing him in that, he wasn't even in India reckoning that time. And I told him, it is damn good, but you've got to correct him a little bit, and strengthening is required. And then after 3 years and 4 years, I got a call saying, shit, I remember you telling him, and look at the same stretch fracture that he's going through, same problems that he's going through. Because you also look at it from a fitness point of view.
Sure.
What's very, very, like Pant. I feel Pant is phenomenal talent. It's that what Virat used to be when he first played for Delhi, that chubby boy was, and to what that is of today. A dream for any athlete to say, holy shit, man, look at this guy. I mean, he looks like he can compete with a swimmer. He can compete with an athlete. He can compete with a gymnast. He just inspires you. He just charges you up. I think Indian sport has changed thanks to Virat Kohli and the way he just appears. The confidence that is there in that boy. Blessed. And, I had this opportunity of doing, I followed him through that. I called him. I remember when he won the World Cup.
Nice.
Then when he was just about coming, I did one of his first ad campaigns together. And, got a chance to speak to him, this young Delhi boy, all gutsy, and, but ate the butter chickens and ate everything. And just look at it today, vegan. So which means if you're willing to go that extra mile, there is so much there for these youngsters. Less they have to have opportunities like that.
Yeah, which is something that you've always done, isn't it? You've walked that extra mile. To be very honest, you've been really, really kind, Anna, for having taken your time out and having spoken to me. It's an absolute pleasure. I think we've spoken about cricket for around 4 decades now. You've covered almost every aspect of it, I think. But seriously, thank you so much for being a part of the show.